friends here. I'm so glad you could join me. Guess what today is? Wake Up Wednesday with Sharon and Nathalie. Oh boy, are we going to have fun today, girlfriends, okay? Nathalie and I decided to show you our top 10 favorite eyeshadow palettes. So this is going to be a lot of fun today. And Nathalie has a big surprise later on her station, so stay tuned. Okay, girlfriends? All right, for those of you that are new to my channel, please scroll on down and see that subscribe button. Girlfriend, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And then see the little bell next to it. Go ahead and click that bell. It'll notify you of all my upcoming videos. I generally film Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, girlfriends, okay? So nice to have you here. Mwah, mwah. Thank you, girls. Okay, our top 10 favorite palettes. This was hard, okay? Because, I mean, we got a lot of palettes. But we do have some favorites, and I'm going to be honest with you. I want to start right now with probably two of the most favorite palettes of all times for me, and I still use them all the time. The first one is the Lorac Unzipped. I absolutely love this palette. It takes care of every single eye look you can imagine. It has every color of tone. Whether you're warm tone or cool tone, you can use this palette, and I absolutely love it. I mean, I use this thing constantly, and it takes care of every eye look you would ever want. Love this palette. Love this palette. It is the Lorac Unzipped, okay? Alright, the next palette that I am uber crazy about, and I know you all are getting sick and tired of hearing me talk about it, is my TARTEIST Pro. Ever since this palette came out, I have been goo-goo gaga over this palette. Okay? I mean, just look at that. Is that not something else, girlfriends? I mean, I ask you. It has got every color of the rainbow under here. It has got every color, whether, again, you're warm or cool tone. I use this palette probably as much as I do the Unzipped, which is all the time, okay? And I absolutely love it. There is no way I could ever be without this palette. I get more looks from this palette. And the Tarte, listen, they are so pigmented. They are so easy to blend. And they're just gorgeous. You can play it up for night, and you can get a lot of day uses out of it. I love this palette. Love, love, love this palette. Melissa55 and I are big fans of this palette, if you want to know the truth. I love this palette. Love it. Of course, I'm crazy about Tarte's, palettes anyway. Now, talking about Tarte, Tartelette and Bloom is another one of my uber favorite palettes. And let me just show you these colors, girlfriends, because there again, oh my gosh, look at those colors. Are they not magnificent or what? Of course they are. They are magnificent. You can do more looks with these. There again, cool tone and warm tone colors, but I really lean a lot towards cool tone looks with this palette. This has been heaven, and I use it all the time too, just trust me. And I just got eyeshadow all over both hands like a little kid in a candy store. Stop it. Okay. So these are not bruises, ladies. It's all over me. Okay, so you can't beat the Tarte colors. I absolutely love it. I have another one of the Tartes as well, but I didn't put that out. It is not my favorite like these two are big time favorites. You can go anywhere with these. By the way, they're easy to travel with. I do it a lot. Now, another palette that I have gotten the biggest kick out of since it came out is the Milani. Now, this is the Purple Basics palette right here. These are easy peasy to spread out. Sorry, girls, it's a little messy because she is used a lot. But you've got all your purples in there. You've got your shimmers. You've got mattes. You've got a great transition color, a great base color here. You cannot beat this palette. I mean, it makes your eyes pop. It makes real pretty looks. I love this. And it's Milani. I mean, it's dirt cheap. And I have several of the Milani palettes that they've come out with, and they're all just great. I am really loving them. And of course, girlfriends, please, our tried and proved Anastasia Renaissance. You know, I still use this all the time, and especially in the fall. Have you ever seen such gorgeous, warmer tones in your life? I mean, you talk about dressing it up. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorites over here is Love Letter. I love the Venetian Red. And I'm crazy about the Realgar. I think that's how you pronounce it. Realgar. And the reason is because it has more orange in it. It can make blue eyes just pop. I'm crazy about the Cypress Lumbar because it's great in the corners. And, you know, for your sevens, or you want to call it, you know, your V. I love that. You've got the shimmers in here. This Fresco is the greatest transition color. I'm loving that to pieces. And I also like the Raw Sienna. So both of those are, you know, great colors for transition. Now, when you're using this Realgar, you could come over here and use this burnt orange as well. And then you could use this on your lid. Please, can we talk? Sexy. Love the Modern Renaissance. There's not too many of the Anastasia palettes that I don't like. I wasn't as crazy about the soft glam or the subculture as I was the rest. And along with that, you all know that I got the new Norvina palette. Now, I'm really enjoying this, and I'll tell you why. It not only makes, y'all excuse me, I had to blow that off, sorry. It not only makes the greatest cool looks, but there are some warm tones in there that you can really play up, and they're magnificent. I mean, I love the Anastasia palettes, absolutely. These are very, very soft, so as you can see, you can just touch them, just barely touch them with a brush, and they're so soft they just sink in. And there is quite a bit of fallout with Anastasia, but you know, you can always brush that off. But the color payoff, oh my gosh, the most pigmented shadows you'll ever use in your life. And you talk about fabulous eye looks, any of her palettes, especially these two, you can really play it off, girlfriends, okay? I mean, it is the bomb. Now, another palette that I truly love that I had gotten not too long ago, and I've only delved into it just one time, so I'm going to do more, is the Revolution Pro HD palette. And oh my gosh, it's got 5 million colors here. Well, I think there's, I don't know, what, 50 or so in here. Can you see this? Look at these colors. They are magnificent. And I'm not going to tell you they're not uber pigmented, they are, but this has got every type of look you could possibly have. Warm tones and cool tones, but this is more warm, I would say, than cool. Here goes my nose again. It must be the shadows that cause my nose to itch. Every time I film, my nose itches. But I love this palette, love it. Ulta is carrying these right now, okay? And gosh, this was inexpensive. This is only about, I think, $15 or something. You can't beat the price, you know, of those palettes. Whereas this one was $42, and this last time I think was $42, probably $42, $52. And of course the Milani palette is free. No, it's not free. But I mean, it's very inexpensive, what, $7.99 or something. And then of course our Tartelette palettes were like close to 40 or in that bracket. They're heaven though, I'm telling you. And then the Lorac, I think this palette was close to 40, but I think it was in his 30s. I love all these palettes and they're great, but if you want something fast, if you want something pretty, if you want to come off even with a nighttime look, but it's not too shocking and in your face, then take a look at this. And the Charlotte Tilbury quads. You guys have heard me over and over talk about these quads. Now I have 3 of them here that I absolutely love. This is the Uptown Girl. For my coloring, this is what worked. And this is the color I have on today. And I mean, it's so easy to use, you wouldn't believe it, because it's numbered on the back. Let me just show you this. I don't know how much you can see of this, but on the back of this palette, you can see it has number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Okay, when you open up these palettes, each number signifies what you're going to put on first, second, third, or fourth. It's like this will be number 1. That will go all over your, your lid. This one will more or less be in your transition line. And this one will be more in your outer V. And this one will just be your pop of color in the center of your eyelids. It is that fast, it's that easy. When I use these quads, I can fix my face in half the time. Half. And the payoff is great. I love these. Now that's the UPTOWN girl. And this next palette is the CHIC. This is real popular palette. And it's a real smoky eye. So it's really pretty. And there again, you put on this color on your lid and everything first. Then this in your transition line. And then, of course, this in your outer V, and that's your little pop of color. And you come out with the hottest looking smoky eye you have ever seen. And I don't care what color of hair you have or what. It is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The next palette by Charlotte Tilbury is the Vantage Vamp. Okay, the Vintage Vamp. And I love this. Oh my gosh. Not only does it look good on blondes, you should see dark brunettes and redheads wearing this. It'll knock your socks off. Now, she has tons of these little quads, but these are the ones that just pop, in my opinion. This one, of course, would go right on your lid, this color here. This one would go in your transition line, and it is so pretty. Let me just swatch this for you, girls. I gotta show you. Okay. So the first thing is this color right there. Okay, it goes all over your lid. This goes in the transition line. This goes in the outer V. And this is the little pop for the center of your eye. Okay? Now let me explain something to you about these. There's no major fallout whatsoever. The payoff, I mean, look at those colors. Aren't they pretty? Oh, you have no idea how it makes it pop. This one's got a lot of red in it, kind of burgundy. This one has a little more pink. I mean, these are hot colors. I don't have to tell you. They're hot colors. And like I said, the time that it takes to fix a real pretty eye is just like that. And it's foolproof. You cannot even make a mistake with these. That's how much I love them. Now, there were some other palettes that I wanted to bring out, but we're trying to stick with 10. But I will say one thing. No matter what palette you use, I'm not too concerned about a lot of eyeshadows. And let me tell you why, even though I have a lot of palettes. Because I think it's your technique. I think it's the artist behind the palette. I really do. I think the majority of the palettes are fantastic. It's like this inexpensive Revolution is inexpensive. The Milanis are inexpensive. They've got the Milani mattes out now. They've got the Obsession, which is fabulous. But I think it's the technique behind it. And I think it's the right brushes that do the trick. So I'm not saying that you have to go and spend the 42 and plus. And I mean, when you get to Pat McGrath, they're off the charts expensive. You've seen me show you that before too. But whatever I say is, it's your technique. So be sure and watch all the YouTubers' techniques for our age group 50 plus, because that's going to make a lot of difference, okay? And you'd be surprised what you've got at home that you could still be using, you know what I mean? Okay, girlfriends, I love you. This was so much fun. It was short and sweet, but I'm going to tell you what. I'm dying to go over to Natalie because you know what? Susie Clancy is over there, and I love my Susie. Oh, I want to hug and squeeze her. I'm so excited. I can't wait. All right, so you all come on with me. Let's hop on over there and be sure and tell Susie Sharon said hi, Susie. All right, my ladies. For all of you new subbies, mwah, 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 mwah. I love you girls. Thank you so much for joining me. This was just a blast. And for all of my regular subscribers, I want you to let me know down below which is your very favorite palette that you have at home and why is it your favorite palette, okay? All right, my ladies, scroll on down, hit that subscribe button, click that bell, give me a big thumbs up on this video.